Hello everyone, welcome to AppyPlus Academy for Civil Services. This is a video on daily topic-wise news and editorial analysis, which I'll be covering from the Hindu and Indian Express. So the most important news and editorial would be discussed in this session. And additionally, I'll be supplementing the news with some important information that can help in prelims and mains examination. So let's get started with the topic first. Today is 11th of June. The first topic is recovery of jobs in various sectors of Indian economy. So post second wave, the revival of the economy can be seen. Second, US to donate 500 million doses to world after vaccinating their mass population. Now US is donating some of the vaccines. India's effort in Afghanistan peace process. This is a reason which India has a lot of concern after the US forces moving out. The second last is making peace with nature. Making peace with nature is an editorial which is reported in the Hindu. Apart from this, at the end, how India can tackle its formidable nutritional challenge. So we have two editorial, one from the Hindu and other from the Indian Express. Both these editorial are excellently written. We'll understand the important points there. And apart from this, at the end of this video, there would be some MCQs question. These would be based on current affairs that will help you in the upcoming prelims examination. So those of you who are new to our channel, do not forget to subscribe Apti Plus Academy for Civil Services on YouTube. If you like this video, do not forget to give a thumbs up, which really motivates us to make more good videos for you. Now the first news is recovery of jobs in the various sector of economy. After the second wave, some positive notes coming from the other sector of the Indian economy. This is important for your General Studies paper 3, Indian economy and issue related to planning, mobilization of resources, growth, development and employment. So what is the news all about? According to some HR officials from multiple national companies, the MNC company, multinational companies जो हैं, उनके HR officials से ये बातें पता चली है कि many private firms like information technology, IT, pharma and e-commerce have bucked the trend of job losses, right? जिस तरह से decrease हुई थी job में drastically because of the national lockdown during the first wave. We have seen many people have lost their job. Again, that continued somewhere in the second wave also, but now some green shoots of revival of the job, people coming to the job has seen in the three sector, that is IT, pharma and e-commerce. Now, this sectors has emerged at the top hires between the February and 2021. And as we know that e-commerce की जो requirement है वो काफ़ी ज़्यादा बढ़ी है in the lockdown, both in the first and in the second, that the pocket lockdowns में कई states में e-commerce were the people who has actually helped us to get our basic necessity, right? So these sector has contributed a lot in terms of new employment generation. Now बात करें data on job losses की. So according to the data from the Center for Monitoring the Indian Economy, इनके मुताबिक जो hiring surge है that come on the backdrop of estimated 8.6 million जो salaried लोग थे उनको अपने job से उनकी loss हुई है. They have actually lost their job, and these people mostly belong from the tourism sector, hospitality, right? So these two sectors were drastically impacted because of the lockdown. By hospitality, it means sectors related to hotels, anything that is serving the people where mass gathering cannot be allowed, right? Hospital is different. I mean, many of you must not confused. So I'm talking about two sectors where it was drastically impacted was tourism and hospitality. Now, demand for the skilled worker has risen in the 3 months. The IT sector has shown the surge and more than 100% in the demand. जो टेक्निकल नॉलेज के लोग हैं, जो टेक्निकल फील्ड से लोग हैं, उनके रिक्वायरमेंट बढ़ी है. एंड इन IT some specialized role commanding जहाँ पे wage premium up to 30 to 50% is also being given, right? So we have to wait. Definitely the green shoots can be seen, but it will take another quarter and more than 2 quarters. I mean, I anticipate it would be in the Q4 of this end. It would definitely give some more revival to the economy. Now, डिमांड की अगर बात करें, डिमांड फॉर द मेडिसिन हैज राइजन. फार्मा सेक्टर में जो भी हायरिंग है वो काफ़ी ज़्यादा बढ़ी है, राइट? In healthcare, government decisions to employ medical and nursing student, government ने ये recently कहा था कि they would be deploying the student who was about to pass their final year. This is to fill the gap of demand and supply. So government of India has said that they're coming with a decision also that those student who have at their final year of the medical college, they would be finally deployed as a doctor, right? So this would enhance the employability of the aspirants as well. Now, home delivery of foods and grocery, which I think most of you have also experienced. During lockdown, we mostly relied upon the home deliveries. So closure of market has led to increased pressure on the e-commerce, and they have been hiring thousand number of people, and ultimately these people have got the employment. But we have to ensure कि बाद में जब चीजें normal हो, so they should still be employed. Now, the warehousing sector is also hiring to support the e-commerce, logistic, warehouses. These sectors demand manpower, right? And because of which the number has increased here. Now, the other news, US to donate 500 million doses to the world because US has vaccinated mass of its population. Now they are coming to some international obligation to to donate vaccines to other countries. This India could have also done, where we have sent 6 crore of the doses to 91 countries. Let's see, understand what this news is all about. Important for your Gender Studies paper 2, effect of policies and politics for developed and developing countries. So before attending the G7 summit, US President Joe Biden is in a way to attend the G7 summits, right? We'll see the G7 summits outcome also. जब ये summit पूरी होगी, उसके बाद ये जब news आएगी, I will understand this in detail. So the Joe Biden has said that they would be donating 500 million doses of vaccine to bolster the fight against the COVID-19, right? जो pandemic है, उसको पूरे world में किस तरह से we can count down, we can control that. In line of that, they would be donating 500 million of doses. Now, this is on the Gavi, and WHO has welcomed this initiative of the United States. Now, the US donation plan, US ने किस तरह से plan किया and what sort of donation they would be giving. So, US will purchase 1 billion of doses from Pfizer BioNTech, and they would donate to 92 low and middle income countries, right? They would be donating to at least 92 countries. So अलग bifurcation होगी, और उसके अलावा जो African Union है, they would be also sending to them as well. And talking about many NGOs like Melinda and Gates Foundations, बहुत ऐसे important foundations हैं जो अफ्रीकन कंट्रीज में बहुत अच्छी ऑपरेट कर रहे हैं. Now, the vaccine would be shipped from August onwards with 200 million doses distributed this year. उसके बाद जो बचे हुए 300 million doses है, that would be sent by the middle of next year. So the time has increased. I think my personal opinion that this should be decreased because we should collaborate with other manufacturing as well, not only from the Pfizer. What US can do, they can ask other vaccine manufacturers to provide them the doses. Right, so by this we can reduce the number, we can reduce this year, right? So जितने जल्दी प्रोडक्शंस बढ़ेगी और दूसरे कंपनी से अगर यूएस परचेज करती है तो जल्दी से जल्दी लोगों को वैक्सीनेशन मिल सकती है. Now, rich countries have come under increased pressures not to sit or rely on excessive vaccine in the middle and low income countries who remain unvaccinated, because these countries, the poor country, are definitely dependent on the donation from the developed countries. Now, vaccines via COVAX. COVAX is an initiative. We have discussed it a lot more time. मुझे पूरा विश्वास है कि आप लोगों को कोवैक्स के बारे में पता होगा. If you don't know, do check it out. You can watch our videos. I have explained this in detail, right? So the US will work on delivering the vaccines via COVAX. एक international coalitions है जिसके obligations में इंडिया ने भी काफ़ी vaccines दिए हैं, right? So this makes a global vaccine access to all countries. And the US president is expected to emphasize they would be also giving the number of doses to low and middle income countries जो mRNA based vaccines हैं वो सारे countries को available कराई जाए. Pfizer will send the doses to US government at not for profit price, right? So price would be negotiated, there would be no profit made, they would be making on the another 500 million doses. Now, benefit for India, definitely this decision would also have some benefit to India. So the US is already shipping 80 million doses, mostly AstraZeneca vaccines to other countries, और इसमें इंडिया भी शामिल है. बट जो numbers हैं, we are not confirm about the number that how much number that India would be receiving, but definitely the major portion would be received by India. So India is not going to be in the recipient of some these vaccines. It is also going to be in the recipient of these vaccines, and number is not like to be more than the few millions. We do not have the confirmation as of now. Now, three quarters of this are being allocated through the COVAX and quarter is being shared bilaterally. दोनों bilateral country से जैसे agreement है वो bilateral दे रहे हैं, बाकी जो COVAX प्रोग्राम है उनके थ्रू भी लोगों को donations दिया जा रहा है vaccines के. Now, India's effort in Afghan peace process, something which India definitely seeks with utmost priority. Important for your general studies paper 2, bilateral regional grouping agreement evolving India's and affecting India's interest. So what is the detail of this news? That India for the first time has opened communication with Afghanistan Taliban fractions leaders, and the talk has been there. Some कुछ ऐसे leaders हैं जो कि already militant पाकिस्तान ने उनको डिक्लेयर किया, उन लोगों के साथ भी अनऑफिशियली टॉक हो रही है. गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया हैज नॉट हैव बीन इन अ डायरेक्ट टॉक विद दैट पर्टिकुलर ग्रुप, बट they have proactively come with a talk with the Afghan Taliban factions, right? So the effort were made against the backdrop जहाँ पे यूएस ने ये डिसाइड किया है कि वो अपनी forces they would be withdrawing their forces, the NATO forces and other forces from Afghanistan after a long war which has continued in Afghanistan. Now, India has reconsidered its position of aftermath of US announcement, and they would be pulling all of their forces by September 2021. So once the forces move out of the US, this area becomes susceptible to the terrorist group, and India don't want this vacuum to be operated with the other terrorist group, right? So India has a more concern. India ने इसीलिए इस चीज़ को ध्यान में रखते हुए वहाँ के ग्रुप में वहाँ डेमोक्रेसी या फिर एक पावर एस्टैब्लिश करने की कोशिश की जा रही है, so that no other terrorist group can come again. Now talk with the stakeholders. The government of India is in touch with various stakeholders जहाँ पे long term commitment की बात की जा रही है towards development and reconstruction of Afghanistan, right? So far, India refused to open the direct dialogue talk with Taliban leaders. किसी भी डायरेक्ट ऐसे भी मिलिटेंट ग्रुप्स या किसी भी इस तरह के लोगों से बात नहीं की जा रही है. द पीपल हु आर एक्चुअली कंसिडर्ड टू बी द जहाँ जिनके मास अप्रोच है उन लोगों से बात की जा रही है. Now, India is the largest regional contributor to Afghanistan Reconstruction and Development Program, where India already pledged to give $3 billion. Right? So, a huge substantial contribution coming from India as well. So, the move would mark a significant shift from India's long-standing positions and not engaging with the Afghanis Taliban. Right? So, this is the right way that a long-standing and a sustainable decision should come, and they don't want to engage with any third-party enterprises, right? Now the other news, this is basically an editorial, Making Peace with Nature. A brilliantly written editorial talks about environmental conservation, pollution and environmental degradations. So how the EIA can also help. So we'll understand the detail of this editorial. So these are the issues that I'll be discussing with you. So these are the three important subtopics. Talking about the theme of this editorial, restoring the damaged ecosystem, how the damaged ecosystem can be restored and how damaging the ecosystem has led to the COVID in this globe, in this country, in this world, right? So global efforts क्या क्या लिए गए हैं, we'll see that. India's role of India and pathway towards the restoration of natures. So talking about the pandemic, it has a direct result in the degradation of natural areas, species loss and exploitations, right? When human beings interfere a lot to the nature, nature shows its forecast. They reverse it, they give answers to the mankind. This is what has actually happened. जिस तरह से अगर चाइना की बात करें, वहाँ की जो वेट मार्केट है, many of you must be aware about the wet market in China, where live animal are being sold, people used to feed it, and because of which many diseases has arisen from that particular causes, right? So उस तरह की चीज़ों को consume करने से live animal, bats, other zoonotic animals, so these has led to other things, right? So zoonotic pathogen are more frequently jumping into the wildlife to human, wildlife say human, because of the consumption. They're creating a public health emergencies, right? So this should be avoided once you take when you enter more into the environmental part. तो अपनी तरह से इन्वायरमेंट भी आपको जवाब देती है. So healthier ecosystem and healthier respect for the wild spaces in our world will definitely give us healthier planet and healthy people. So this you can use as a punchline in essay. आप essay में इस तरह के जो point है उसको use कर पाएंगे. Now there has been more urgent need to restore the damaged ecosystem. Whatever damage has been made, this should be restored at the earliest. Now talking about the global efforts that was being made, so United UN के environment program जो है उसके अलावे UN Food and Agriculture Organization they have launched the UN Decade on Ecosystem Restoration जहाँ पे जो environment की degradation है उसको prevent किया जाए, hold किया जा सके, and we can reverse the degradation of ecosystem in every continent, in every ocean, in every country, right? So this is a time to how we can cultivate our lands, हमारे जो सॉइल्स हैं, जो कोस्टल एरियाज हैं, जो मरीन इकोसिस्टम है उसको कैसे मैनेज की जा सके ताकि एक बैलेंस इकोसिस्टम में एक बैलेंस बना रहे, राइट. एंड द डैमेज हैज बीन डन ओवर द डिकेड्स जहाँ पे डिस्ट्रक्शन कैन नॉट बी रिवर्स्ड ओवरनाइट, राइट. द डिग्रेडेशन दैट इज डन बाय द ह्यूमन बीइंग it cannot be reversed instantly. It will take another time, at least it will take some time to overcome the situation. Now role of India ने किस तरह से प्रोएक्टिवली रोल किया और इंडिया की क्या एफर्ट्स है टुवर्ड्स रिस्टोरेशन, एंड दिस इज व्हाट द रोल शुड बी इन. इंडिया के लिए ये रोल होना चाहिए. तो सजेशंस बताई गई है दैट इंडिया मस्ट पार्टिसिपेट एक्टिवली इन द डिकेड ऑफ रिस्टोरेशन. इंडिया को प्रोएक्टिवली पार्टिसिपेट करने की जरूरत है. 10 year of sustained actions to protect the revival of country's ecosystem. अगर ये चीज़ें की जाए तो बहुत हद तक हमें कुछ चीज़ों में मदद मिलेगी. That include to end the poverty by enhancing the livelihood, combating climate change. अगर इंडिया इस तरह के स्टेप्स लेती है तो क्लाइमेट चेंज में भी मदद मिलेगी. We can revive our natural stones, right? We can halt and collapse the biodiversity by building homes and wildlife, right? And ecosystem restoration benefits to the people and nature can be provided. And a decade of protecting and revival the ecosystem will help in various ways. So these are the role that India must adopt so that we can overcome the challenges, and these are the benefits that India can have. Now parts towards restoration, गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया ने 2019 में अनाउंस किया था कि कुछ एम्बिशियस रिस्टोरेशन प्रोग्राम के साथ वो आगे बढ़ेंगे जहाँ पे जो डिग्रेडेशंस की गई है उसको ओवर 21 to 26 बिलियन हेक्टेयर बाय 2030 they would be doing. And there are some steps that are suggested towards this commitment. We'll understand each step one by one. So the first step that there must be concentrated effort to reduce the carbon dioxide emission. CO2 की जो emissions है उसमें reduction करना is among the topmost priority. Climate change is dangerous to humankind. So यहाँ पे fragile ecosystem को sustain करना on earth. Globally, we must reduce the net carbon emissions, right, by 45% by 2030 compared to 2010. So no, the commitment has to increase. It has, and India is committed to overcome these challenges, right? And India must reach net zero emission by 2050. We have to achieve at least 1.5 degree जो पेरिस क्लाइमेट चेंज की जो एग्रीमेंट्स हैं उनके जो एडहेरेंस हैं वो हमें फॉलो करनी है. वी हैव इंटेंडेड नेशनल डिटरमिन्ड कॉन्ट्रीब्यूशन INDC जो कहते हैं उसकी तरफ भी कमिटमेंट है. एंड आई हैव टोल्ड यू इन द अदर पार्ट ऑफ दिस एडिटोरियल कि अगर टेम्परेचर क्लाइमेट चेंज बढ़ रही है उस वजह से हमारे इकोनॉमी में क्या लॉसेस हो सकती है. सो आई हैव डिस्कस दैट इन डिटेल. इफ यू हैव नॉट वॉच दैट, डू वॉच दैट एडिटोरियल डिस्कशन. इट यू कैन रिलेट बोथ ऑफ देम, राइट. एंड इंडिया नीड टू वर्क टूवर्ड्स इट बाय ट्रांसफॉर्मिंग एनर्जी लैंड. खास करके एनर्जी सिस्टम की बात करें, लैंड यूज, एग्रीकल्चर, forest protection, urban development, infrastructures, and lifestyle, right? So these are the first step. Now moving towards the second step, what India can do, we can transfer our economy. इस तरह से हम अपनी इकोनॉमी को रिफॉर्म कर सकते हैं. Financial institutions, productivity system towards the sustainability. So some key areas where India can work upon is eliminating the environmental harmful subsidies. जो ऐसे सब्सिडीज दी जा रही हैं जिनसे वापस इन्वायरमेंटल को ही इम्पैक्ट हो रहा है, जिसके रिपरकशन वापस इन्वायरमेंट पे ही हैं, उन चीज़ों को ख़त्म करने की ज़रूरत है. नाउ अदर इज़ टू इन्वेस्ट इन लो कार्बन एंड नेचुरल फ्रेंडली टेक्नोलॉजी सो दैट वी कैन रिड्यूस द कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड इन द environment. Now natural capital, the decision making is something which is very important. Now the last and the final is द पावर टू रिवाइव आवर इन्वायरमेंटलिस्ट लेट एक्ट एज इंडिविजुअल. हर एक इंडिविजुअल को काम करने की जरूरत है फॉर अ बेटर फ्यूचर. इंडिया मस्ट वर्क टूवर्ड्स क्रिएटिंग द फूड सिस्टम जहाँ पे वी कुड हैव नेचर रिड्यूस वेस्ट हो एंड एडेप्टिव चैलेंज टू द रेजिलियंट शॉक्स. एम्पावरिंग स्मॉल स्केल फार्मर्स, जो छोटे फार्मर्स हैं, वुमेन फार्मर्स हैं, उनको एक चेंजिंग पैटर्न के साथ जो कंजम्पशन पैटर्न है, सोशल चेंजेस हैं, उनके नॉर्म्स बताए जाएं, जो बिजनेस प्रैक्टिसेस हैं उनके बारे में उनको जानकारी दी जाए सो दैट दे कैन एक्ट अकॉर्डिंग टू द things which is sustainable for the environment and not against the environment, right? environment के against नहीं, environment के प्रो उनको काम कर प्रैक्टिसेस करने की ज़रूरत है. सो दे नीड टू बी एडिक्वेटली एड्रेस, उनको चीज़ों को बताने की ज़रूरत है. दे नीड टू बी बेटर इन्फॉर्म्ड, राइट? एंड दिस कैन बी अचीव थ्रू कैपेसिटी बिल्डिंग ऑफ एजुकेशंस, राइट? एजुकेशंस के थ्रू, लोगों को मास अवेयरनेस के थ्रू इस तरह के चीज़ों को हम बता सकते हैं, एंड सो दे कैन फाइनली ओवरकम दिस. Now, coming to the other news, this is an editorial, How India Can Tackle Its Formidable Nutritional Challenge. This is written by Hari Menon. He is a director for India Office for Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. तो बिल गेट्स की जो फाउंडेशन है, बिल एंड मेलिंडा गेट्स फाउंडेशन, उसके ये डायरेक्टर हैं इंडिया रीजन के. Brilliantly written editorial. He talks about how the nutritional crisis can be overcome in India. So important for your general studies paper 2, welfare schemes for the vulnerable section of the vulnerable section of the population by the center and the states. So what I'm going to discuss in this editorial, first talking about this theme, this talks about mitigating the malnutrition in country, and there are 5 subheads which I'll be discussing with you. First is the Poshan Abhiyan, what is 2.0. एम क्या है पोषण अभियान की, राइट? क्या क्या गाइडलाइंस दी हैं गवर्नमेंट ने, एंड यूज ऑफ टेक्नोलॉजी एंड डेटा सिस्टम, एंड सम बॉटम लाइन एज ए कंक्लूजन. सो बात करें पिछले 15 महीने में, द अटेंशन फॉर द वर्ल्ड हैज़ बीन फोकसिंग ऑन मैनेजिंग द कोविड-19 एंड इट्स मिटिगेटिंग इम्पैक्ट. कोविड-19 की अगर बात करें, इसके जो विजिबल इम्पैक्ट्स हैं वो 2 तरह के हैं. एक तो प्रॉक्सिमल है, एक डिस्टल है. प्रॉक्सिमल मीन विच हैज़ इट्स इमीडिएट इम्पैक्ट. डिस्टल मीन्स जहाँ पे जिसके इम्पैक्ट कुछ समय में हमें दिखेंगे, राइट? बट वन ऑफ द सेलियंट एंड इनविजिबल क्राइसिस इज एम्पलीफाइंग द मैल न्यूट्रिशन. जो मैल न्यूट्रिशन है दैट वुड कंटिन्यू फॉर अ लॉन्गर ड्यूरेशन. तो आप इसको एक डिस्टल इम्पैक्ट के तौर पे भी देख सकते हो, राइट? सो इनकम, फूड कंजप्शन, एसेंशियल सर्विसेज ऑल कम अंडर द प्रेशर, राइट? बिकॉज ऑफ the reason, because many people are not earning, right? They have lost their job. They do not have sufficient money to feed themselves. They do not sustain their livelihood, right? They cannot sustain their livelihood. Now पोषण अभियान 2.0 की अगर बात करें, रिसेंट में गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया ने अपने जो प्रायोरिटी है उसको चेंज किया है, एंड दे हैव एड्रेस द मैल न्यूट्रिशन थ्रू प्राइम मिनिस्टर ओवर रीचिंग स्कीम फॉर होलिस्टिक न्यूट्रिशनल अभियान, राइट? सो दिस इज अ कंप्लीट नेम फॉर दिस पोषण. And what government did, they have merged 2 schemes. One is supplementary nutritional program and the Poshan Abhiyan. This is, you can call it Poshan 1.0. So what government of India did in this recent budget, this is for the budget 2021-2022. What government did, that they merged and the new name has been given, that would be known as Mission Poshan 2.0. This would be an umbrella program. Now, what is the aim of this mission? How this would be effective? What are the aim? What are the target that has been set? So it is an intensified strategy to improve nutritional outcome, जहाँ पे 112 aspirational districts रखे गए हैं under this union budget. And for elevation of malnutrition, government has announced Mission 2.0, जो कि strengthen करेगी nutritional content को, delivery, outreach of the outcome, and this would focus on developing practices nurturing health, wellness and immunity and disease related to malnutrition, right? So these are the targets. उसके अलावा और भी कुछ important steps गवर्नमेंट ने बताए हैं. सो पोषण 2.0 के लिए कुछ गाइडलाइन बताई गई हैं. उसमें सबसे इंपॉर्टेंट गाइडलाइन जो है मैं आपको पहले बता दूँ, डिस्ट्रिक्ट मजिस्ट्रेट और जो डिस्ट्रिक्ट कलेक्टर्स हैं उनको इस कमेटी को हेड करने के लिए कहा गया है, सो दैट दे कैन टेक एप्रोप्रिएट न्यूट्रिशनल इंडिकेटर्स इनटू कंसिडरेशन. And apart from that, the central government has updated Poshan 2.0 guideline, जहाँ पे फोकस की गई है 1000 days between the mother and pregnancy of her second child. This is again on the guideline. So by 1000 date, it would mean 2.7 years. तो एक बच्चे से दूसरे बच्चे के बीच में जो डिफरेंस है, that should be at least, you can say approximately, it should be 3 years. So approximately there should be 3-year difference between two child. So this is what in the guideline. Now, community-based program to serve acute shortage of malnutrition, जन आंदोलन होने चाहिए, community-based events होने चाहिए. There should be mass events, awareness campaign that should be launched to holistic approach at reaching the malnutrition problem, right? And as I've told you, जो districts में district level पे district nutritional indicators होंगे, जो KPIs हैं, key performance indicators, उसको district magistrate और district collectors को find out करना होगा और अपने supervisions में उनको ये चीज़ को implement करवाना होगा, right? So being an aspirant of civil services, you should also understand that what is the role, right? You should prioritize what are the areas that you want to work, and these type of strategy will definitely, अगर आपके पास कुछ ऐसे thoughts हैं, अगर आप इस पे थोड़ा सा thought process generate करोगे तो इंटरव्यू में भी आपको काफ़ी मदद मिलेगी. Now, use of technology and data system. Definitely technology at this point of time can play a very crucial role in implementation of the program. और ये ज़रूरत है कि जो इंटरवेंशन हो न्यूट्रिशनल डेवलपमेंट्स के लिए उसमें उसको ट्रैक किया जाए. पोषण ट्रैकर गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया ने बनाया है, स्पेसिफिकली मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ वुमेन एंड चाइल्ड डेवलपमेंट ने, जहाँ पे इसमें कोशिश की गई है सो दैट दे कुड बी प्रोवाइडेड एंड होलिस्टिक डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन एक्सेसिबल टू न्यूट्रिशनल सर्विसेज. जितने भी आंगनबाड़ी सेंटर्स हैं, AWW सेंटर्स हैं, उनको एलिजिबल ग्रुप्स को, प्रेग्नेंट वुमेन्स हो, लैक्टेटिंग मदर्स हो, चाइल्ड हो, एडोलेसेंस हो. एडोलेसेंस का मतलब है एज ग्रुप बिटवीन 12 to 16 और यू कैन से 11 to 16 के जो एज ग्रुप के लोग हैं, उन लोगों को ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा न्यूट्रिशनल क्वालिटी की फूड्स दी जाए वाया दिस आंगनबाड़ी सेंटर एंड AWW सेंटर्स. तो उसको ट्रैक करने के लिए पोषण ट्रैकर है विच कैन हेल्प गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया एंड अदर डिस्ट्रिक्ट एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन टू ट्रैक इट. नो द ट्रैकर्स डिजाइन टू इंश्योर रियल टाइम अपडेट्स, एक इनहेंस ट्रांसपेरेंसी प्रोवाइड करेगी, enabled the system of identifying the last mile by beneficiaries, right? तो जहाँ पे जो फ्रॉड होती थी, जो करप्शंस थी, वो बायोमेट्रिक्स के थ्रू और इंपॉर्टेंट टेक्नोलॉजी अपग्रेडेशन के थ्रू दूर की जा सकती है, राइट? सो एज एन केस स्टडी, अगर आप केस स्टडी में लिख रहे हैं तो आप टेक्नोलॉजी इंटरवेंशन की चीज़ों को कंक्लूजन में ज़रूर लिखें. नाउ सम बॉटम लाइन एज थिंग्स इंटेंसिफाई और इंडिया रिबाउंड करने की कोशिश कर रही है, सो डेफिनेटली देयर इज एन अर्जेंसी कि इवेंट बेस्ड इंटीग्रेशन हो, आउटकम फोकस्ड अप्रोच, और इंडिया के जो न्यूट्रिशनल चैलेंजेस हैं उसको वी हैव टू कम विद अ बॉटम अप अप्रोच, राइट? एक बॉटम अप अप्रोच होनी चाहिए. फ्रॉम विलेज टू द स्टेट वी नीड टू टारगेट. साइंटिफिक इनोवेशन इज समथिंग विच इज रिक्वायर्ड. कम्युनिटी इंगेजमेंट की जरूरत है. डिजिटल टूल्स इज रिक्वायर्ड. डेटा ड्रिवन मैनेजमेंट टू ट्रैक एवरीथिंग एंड टू टैकल द इश्यूज. ना कुछ स्टेट गवर्नमेंट्स की अगर बात करूँ, लाइक उत्तर प्रदेश, बिहार, उड़ीसा, these states has come up with setting up of पोषण वाटिकास. अब ये पोषण वाटिका क्या है, इसको आप न्यूट्रिशनल या न्यूट्रिशन गार्डन्स भी कह सकते हैं, जहाँ पे फैमिलीज को अलाउ किया जाएगा लोग टू एक्सेस द लोकली प्रोड्यूस्ड न्यूट्रिशियस फूड while increasing their livelihood and productivity. So some state has taken decision, many more state has to take. We as an individual also can contribute. अगर आप कहीं ऐसे लोगों को जानते हैं जिनके पास इस तरह की न्यूट्रिशनल अवेयरनेस नहीं है, you can help them by advising them taking the benefits of the scheme that is provided by the government of India or the native state government, right? So these are the bottom line that you can conclude in your mains answers. Now coming to the MCQs question, before I proceed with the question, just to tell you the answers of yesterday question. That is, for the first, the correct option here is C, and for the question number 2, the correct option is B. Now question for the day, consider the following statement with regards to new umbrella entities for retail payments. Only those entities are owned by the control by the Indian citizen, at least 3 years of experience in the payment segment can promoter of NUE. No foreign investment is allowed in the NU with exchanges guideline, existing guidelines, right? कोई भी foreign investment नहीं होगी इसमें. So if you know, I think it is a bit easy question which you can easily answer. So I think many of you must know the answer. Write your answer. Let me see how many of you know the correct answer. So what you have to do for answering this question, you have to go to the comment section. You can write the question number and write your answer there. Second question, consider the following statement regarding the electoral bond. All nationalized banks are authorized to issue the in cash of the valid 15 days of the issuance. This bond is redeemable at designated account of the registered political parties, right? So again, electoral bond is something which is important, and this time is a question which you can practice for the upcoming prelims examination. So write your answer in the comment section. So this was all about the daily news analysis of news and editorial followed by the MCQs question. If you have any other concern, do let us know. We'll be more than happy to assist you For time being, I'm signing off. Wish you all the best.